Welcome to Purpose Unlocked, the podcast where dreamers, doers, and changemakers like you break free from the ordinary and build legacies that matter. I'm Christy Smith, business coach, author of The Intuitive Entrepreneur, and your guide to unlocking the purpose-driven life and business you were born for. If you've ever felt like you were meant for more impact, more purpose, more freedom, then you're in the right place. Each week, we dive deep into the mindset, strategies, and real-world stories of purpose-driven entrepreneurs, creatives, and visionaries who refuse to settle. It's time to break the rules, challenge the status quo, and turn your vision into reality. So are you ready? Let's do this. Today we're talking about something that might not sound sexy, but is absolutely essential if you want to stay in business, build wealth, and create a legacy that lasts. The top 3 financial metrics every entrepreneur should track. And don't worry, I'm keeping this simple, real, and completely free of finance bro jargon, because this isn't just about money. It's about confidence, clarity, and control. Let's dive in. So why metrics matter? Here's the deal. If you don't measure it, you can't manage it. And when it comes to your business, guessing won't cut it. You need real-time clarity on what's working, what's draining you, and where the growth potential actually is. These 3 metrics are like your financial GPS. They'll keep you grounded, focused, and moving forward without spiraling into money stress or confusion. Metric number 1 is profit, not just revenue. We're going to clear this up right now. Revenue is how much money you bring in. Profit is what you actually keep. It's the difference between saying I made $10,000 this month and realizing you spent $9,700 to get there. Sound familiar? So profit equals revenue minus expenses. You need to track it monthly and aim to increase it intentionally, not just by cutting costs, but by delivering smarter offers, streamlining your operations, and valuing your time. So here's a pro tip. Aim for at least 30% profit margin, especially if you are a solopreneur or service-based business. If you're some other kind of business, restaurants, things like that, there are different profit margins that are applicable to your industry. They're pretty easy to look up online. If you have any questions, just reach out to me. I can give those to you. But that 30% is a good starting point for most service-based businesses. So why it matters? Profit is what pays you, funds your freedom, and fuels your growth. Without profit, your business is a job with stress and no PTO. Okay, so we're going to look at, first one was profit. Metric number 2 is cash flow. This is where so many entrepreneurs struggle, even the ones making big money. Cash flow equals the money flowing in and out of your business. It's not just what you earned, it's what's available. So you might have 20,000 in invoices out, but if none of it has been paid yet, that's not helpful when your rent is due tomorrow. Okay, so to track, you need to track what's coming in and when it's coming to you. You need to track what's going out and when. And then you have your cash cushion. This is like your buffer for your slow months, right? We all have slow months in every industry. So everybody's slow months are going to be a little bit different, but you do need to buffer for when those slow months are. Another thing when you think about slow months, especially if the business is dependent on you, if you decide to take a month off for vacation and you're not going to do anything during that month, you might see a fall off of a slower month going forward just because you put less energy into it. So try to also think about those when you're thinking about your buffer for your slower months. So look at your cash flow weekly. There you can use tools like Spreadsheet, Google Sheet, QuickBooks. They even have simple dashboards in Notion, Airtable, things like that. But you do need to look at that weekly and figure out when is that money coming in, when are your clients typically paying you, when are your bills due and the money needs to go out. Because a healthy cash flow is a peace of mind. It lets you plan, hire, rest, and say yes to aligned opportunities without panic. All right, and metric number 3 is owner's pay, i.e. paying yourself, right? That's part of the reason why we're doing this. You didn't start this business to serve everyone else and never get paid. Yet so many purpose-driven entrepreneurs delay paying themselves until the business grows. Here's the truth. If your business can't pay you, it's not sustainable. Track how much you're paying yourself each month and create a plan to increase it over time. Okay, start by setting a percentage goal, right? Even if it's 10%, 20% of your revenue going to pay you, it's a win to start, right? You can always increase from there, but it's just good to have that starting point because again, we got to track it, right? You are your business's greatest asset. You deserve to thrive, not scrape by. Your mission doesn't grow when you're burned out and broke. Okay, so quick recap, our 3 power metrics. Number 1 is profit. That's what you keep. Number 2 is cash flow, and that's what's actually available. And number 3 is owner's pay, what you're earning for all your brilliance. Track these monthly, review them regularly, and most of all, don't avoid your numbers out of fear. Your financial health is not about perfection. It's about awareness, alignment, and action. Some final thoughts. You are not building just another business. You're building a legacy. And legacies are not built on hustle alone. They are built on clarity, strategy, and sustainable stewardship of your resources, including money. So here's your invitation. Look at your numbers this week. Pick one of these metrics, one of the 3 we just talked about, to track. Celebrate your progress because you're doing the darn thing. You've got this, and I've got your back. That's a wrap on this episode of Purpose Unlocked, but your journey is just beginning. If today's conversation sparks something in you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it, tag me, and let's keep this movement growing. For more insights, tools, and resources to fuel your purpose-driven journey, grab a copy of my book, The Intuitive Entrepreneur, at christysmithcoaching.com/book-intuitive. And if you're ready to take your vision to the next level, let's connect. Follow me on social media, subscribe to this channel, and join the community of rebels, dreamers, and impact makers just like you. Until next time, keep challenging the norm, trusting your intuition, and building the legacy you were born for. Let's unlock purpose together.